and welcome back to episode 4 of Ask Me. It has been some time since I have been free to sit and answer all of your questions, but I am sure it was worth the wait for all of you. Before we start, I would like to thank Hellarad Bros on Tumblr for supporting this endeavor by purchasing a print from my shop. Thank you very much. And if any of you are interested in this as well, I will be sure to include a link in the video's description. Now, down to business. Dice Lord on YouTube asks, Mr. Torchwick, knowing how renowned you are for your criminal activities, what kind of bounties have been put out for you? I have to agree that I am a very renowned person for my illicit activities here in Vale. And while other criminals may seek to measure their worth based on the value placed on their wanted posters, I have a different goal. You see, instead of distracting myself with what this government will pay for my capture, instead I focus all of my energy towards stealing with the single goal of pilfering such a vast wealth that no governing entity could possibly offer what I am worth for my capture. Next, we have Dat Butter Guy. Okay. Anyway, Dat Butter Guy asks, how did you find Neo, and what did you think of her at first? An interesting question. Though, I can see why you would want to know this. At the moment, it is not in our best interest, or let's say my best interest, to divulge the details of how. But I will tell you that it was more Neo who found me. As for what I thought of her when I met her, I can't very well remember, as I was focusing more on not tripping over her at the time. Next, Mr. Swaggy Gaming comes with a question saying, hey Torchwick, which RWBY girl do you hate most? Please answer. Okay, well, I will answer it right here. Hate is a very strong word, as hate implies that one or more of them actually affects me on an emotional level, and that is simply not the case. Now, if you were to ask which one of those children is more of a thorn in my side than the others, then I would have to say Little Red. After all, she has been a pain from the very beginning, and always seems to show up at the wrong time. And we can't forget sticking her nose where it doesn't belong. Next up is the hybrid. Again, actually, I recognize this one. Better question? We shall see. Why do you always cover your eye with your bangs? Well, the hybrid, let me ask you a question in return. Would you ask a bank robber why they wear a mask? Obviously, they have something underneath they don't want everyone to see. Well, the same logic applies here. I cover my eye for a reason. It could simply be fashion, or it could be something else. But the point is, it's covered. And if I wanted people to know why, then I wouldn't be covering it now, would I? And we have Yang again as well. This, in fact, is not a question. Yang has decided to send a comment stating, you know, it's a shame you met with such a grim fate. Oh, Yang, your wit is as blunt as your fist, yet still as disarming as always. Next up is BV Bridesmaid UK again. saying, "Hey, it's me, again. Enough about the current Torchy. What was your childhood like? Any specific parts from the early years that you have fond memories of? And yes, I just called you Torchy. Deal with it." Okay. First of all, don't give Neo ideas. She already has a habit of trying to come up with nicknames for me, and she doesn't need you encouraging her. Luckily, she doesn't speak them, so the rest of the team has no idea. Now, looking back on my childhood, there are a few fond memories of my amateur attempts at larceny. I started small, as a child would, stealing candy bars at the store, sneaking into movie theaters, but it wasn't long before that escalated to more profitable endeavors. Oh, the first time I picked someone's wallet, it was such a rush. I was caught, of course, but that did more to further my reputation and drive me to get even better. I'm afraid that's all for now, but never fear. I will be back again with another Q&A right here on TheRomanTorchwick. Be sure to like, share, and comment with your questions and suggestions. And until next time, watch your wallets.